say thank you for having me here, and to my brother Nathaniel, who is a comrade at Moi University. He was a student leader, but I came after him, so I'm happy to have met him here. What I would say about Raila Odinga and the remarks he made yesterday, I mean, it was expected of him because the way he thought that he was having his last shot, and unfortunately it never went the way he thought. You remember during the campaign, he was so confident that this time round he has all the machinery he needs. But unfortunately, or by the way of the Kenyans, the way they exercise their democratic right, he did not become the winner. And actually, for me, I feel that even the words, to some extent, they are kind, because you'd have expected him, to react in much more than the way he reacted. The way my brother Nathaniel is stating, like in 2017, the courts were heroes, at that time when they nullified the election in his favor. Remember when he was given the win, he later, did not show up. He later did not show up for the subsequent election in 2017. Therefore, I didn't expect him, to rejoice in any way, because even that time when he was handed the win, he never went back to the election. Therefore, he made the judicially, look a fool of itself, because you're given a win, and the ruling is that you go back to the election again for a rerun. But he absconded the elections. So I would say it's also unfortunate remarks, because what we are trying to do is to strengthen, the independent institutions, to ensure that the rule of law is taking its course. And he was confident when he said that once if there's anything, he'll go to court. But of course, when he is going to court, he expected two decisions. It's either a win for him or a lose. And if you look the way the judges made their arguments, is that, it was hot air. The kind of evidence that were taken to court, couldn't even have a quarter of the threshold required. And therefore, to honor Raila Odinga, I think he's still having the hangovers, and knowing that he's exiting the stage, the fact that he borrowed an extra bullet. You remember in 2017, he said that he had one more bullet, and this time I don't know where he got another one. Maybe he was using an arrow. That's why he missed the target. And for him, what I would wish is that he exits the stage, nurture other leaders, But what we are trying to come out is the fact that we need to transition, from the tribal politics. And, we have so many young leaders or other good leaders in his Azimio coalition. He can exit and leave others, because what we are saying, and you had Dr. William Samoei Ruto in his address saying that he's going to strengthen the opposition to ensure that they are keeping the government in check. And that's the only way. If he loses, he takes his position as the opposition leader and allow the government of the day to continue, because we as young leaders, as young people, what we need is to protect our future. And I wouldn't expect that he would want us to take us back to the maandamano shenanigans. And at the end of the day, what we really want is democracy to prevail, the rule of law to prevail, and we move forward as a country.
And therefore, I think that is the argument he sought to make yesterday. He said this is not about him. This is about 2027 and reforms as far as the IEBC is concerned.